Welcome to Story Ideas on the Fly, where we pick an idea from the hat and develop it into
A story
a
idea.
story.
Okay. On a hike through the woods, a business executive meets a passive-aggressive fairy.
This could be a
Okay,
lot of
thank
fun.
you. Yep.
Yep, thank you, Grant,
It's so
for
much
the
fun.
idea.
Passive aggressive, eh?
You know the mic is back here.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay,
It
just
sounds
you just
more
talk
like a
about it.
scene than a full story.
Well, that's okay. We
You
have to
can
make a
make
story around
You
it.
can make a story of it,
You can
though.
make a story
Okay.
around a scene. I made all of Cluster through a scene of a cyborg kissing a 8-foot-tall alien girl.
Okay, on a hike through the woods, a business
Mhm.
executive meets
That's
a
your
passive
opening scene.
meets a passive-aggressive fairy. Okay, well, the passive-aggressive fairy, that's totally believable because,
Mm-hmm.
It's a fairy. Fairies can have whatever personality you want them
yes.
to. Usually an annoying
No,
personality.
no. It is really, really hard to make a believable fairy who is who's a straight character.
Good point.
Okay.
They're always
Definitely
chaotic.
interesting.
Yeah, they usually are very chaotic, but it can
Does
be done.
he could he do something to upset this fairy?
Well, that
Offend this fairy?
Easily.
And so this fairy isn't continues to follow him and passive aggressively give
or
him trouble.
or this fairy could take a liking to him. Okay?
Ooh.
And then when he starts going back to business, she follows him and he's not interested. And so there we get a nice passive aggressive this guy isn't paying attention to me. What's
But
that girlfriend?
Cute.
What's that girlfriend? I'll have to get rid of the girlfriend. Okay, how do I break them up? And so he's got this fairy following him around that's just causing all this mischief in his
So
life.
the question
trouble.
of that.
Oh, that could be
Can
fun.
other people see the fairy?
Maybe.
When she wants them to.
Sounds about right. Okay. Because you want to cause trouble for this guy. Don't let anyone see the
Well,
fairy.
what I would do with the fairy is you can make her so she can go invisible. The other thing you could do is make her so that she could size change. So she can be very small and you not really notice her.
Mm-hmm.
Or she could be, a full-size person.
Or maybe she could be the size of a building if she wanted to.
I doubt that size changing.
Aww.
But, okay, so what's this executive doing in a hike through the woods? Who is he?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he in the woods to start with? I mean, this just could be a hobby.
It
He
could
could just
be a
like
break.
hiking,
It could be a hike.
know.
Yeah, it could be a hobby. It could be to take a break because
Executive
things
of-
have been busy.
Executive of what kind of company? Okay.
Well, let's see.
Now, just a note to viewers, whenever you're picking something, pick something either you know something about or you like to research.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because there are some things I would not want to use that kind of a company because it would take too much research and I don't want to do that research.
Yeah.
Some research is fun.
Oh, yeah.
Researching all the gyms and the weapons and the different things for Feyborn
yeah.
and the trees and the fairy lore. That was fun. But
Yeah.
give yourself something you
Write
either
about
know.
something you enjoy.
Right.
If you like to go hiking in the woods,
right.
this is a really good prompt.
Yes.
Well,
we don't
have it so that
I
he
was gonna
does
say
a
the guy.
lumber company.
The guy doesn't have
True.
to like hiking
Fair
in the
enough.
woods.
He could be hiking with a friend. He could be hiking because,
Or he could be hiking through the woods because he's owns a lumber company and is trying to figure out, is this actually a good spot of land to buy?
Or it could
that
be
would
a
cause-
company retreat where they've all gone up to the
Mhm.
mountains.
Well,
Or
that's
it could
the point.
have something totally unrelated to business why he's hiking. Like I said, it could be a hobby or it could be he's there at a family reunion or something. You never
Yeah.
know. So let's just pick something. Why is he there?
Heads.
I think he's on vacation. He's taking a break.
Okay.
Maybe a family. I do kind of like family.
Okay, so he's
family reunion.
on a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And he is
He's at a family reunion on his wife's side of the family, so he doesn't actually feel comfortable seeing everyone. So he's eager to get. So he goes out hiking to get some break. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
sounds like
Oh well, I mean,
he could
either
be,
way.
he could not be. Okay, so
Oh
he's already
yeah,
married.
we don't want him to be.
We
Let's
could.
not make him married. Let's make him.
Would you
there
want to
as
get him
a.
together with a fairy or something?
No.
We don't have to
But
get him
if the
together.
fairy gets a crush on him, it's more fun
Than
if he
if he's
has a
not married.
girlfriend.
Yeah, okay, good
instead of
point.
If he's
just
got a
married.
girlfriend rather than a wife, because
Okay,
we don't
then.
want the fairy trying to
Okay,
break
good
him up
points.
with, cause a
Mhm.
divorce.
Okay,
So-
good point.
So yeah,
let's go with this as a family reunion with just his family.
okay. So he's
No,
on.
he could be going out into the woods because he's sick of everyone asking when he's going to get a wife.
Oh, that sounds like
I'm going to propose to that girl. Yes.
He's like, I'm going hiking. Goodbye.
Okay, so he's out hiking. He meets a passive aggressive fairy. What's she doing here? Is this something where this fairy just, this is a fairy forest and they just happen to have a vacation spot here?
Maybe.
Which
she
type of
coming-
fairy? Like the trickster fae or like the children's fairy?
A little of both, I think.
I'm going to the trickster fae.
Yeah, they're a lot more fun and a lot
They're
more
more fun to
mature
write,
stories.
right.
But at the same time, it all depends on what you're trying for.
A
So
little
Okay,
bit of
so
everything.
let's
They don't have to have a set. They can be nice
there's
sometimes.
multiple types
and
of
mean
fae.
sometimes, and
Why is this fairy here? Is this just a fairy forest where a lot of vacationers come into this fairy forest and they don't have to know it's a fairy forest, or they could know it's a fairy forest? Do people know that the fae exist?
I don't think people know that the fae exists. There might be some legends in the area of, this is the pixie realm, and most people just think it's a cute, funny name, whatever, and keep going.
Okay, so why are they coming? Why is this fairy meeting him? I'd like to see some story with something in the fairy realm, something the fairies need to reach out to the humans for.
Okay.
And so she's going, hey, this is this smart businessman. He knows how to solve problems.
Well, we do need
He
a
knows
villain
how
here,
to...
so let's see if we can come up with an interesting problem in the fairy world.
Something that the fairy thinks a businessman could fix.
Let's see.
Oh no, is there a
Could
problem
you
that
have a
a
fairy
lumber
war?
company is cutting down on the forest or
I
something?
don't want to get into the whole save the trees thing,
What if we
or
had
whatever.
some kind of battle between fairy queens in her world, and she's hoping, let's see, what if there's a resource that would help turn the tide of battle? Not human
Platinum,
souls, but
iron, gold,
iron or fairy
silver,
bronze or some kind
bronze.
of or jewels or flowers. Heck, he could be the business executive of a florist company or
I like iron.
iron.
If you
Iron.
go with someone like that, then we should probably have it so that he's a business executive in a mining company, or I'm blanking on what they're called.
Or
Welding?
manufacturing. Or
Yeah,
manufacturing.
Yeah,
company.
manufacturing.
But iron is usually depicted as an anti-Fae material, so the Fae would not have access to it. But if there is a threat in the Fae world, then
It could possibly
it would
turn
be,
the tide of
hey,
battle for them.
let's get the it's
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I would like, instead of seeing just a battle for the queen or something, I would like to see some kind of rise of a monster or something like this. I'm assuming
Just
that
have unseelie Fae trying to take over the forest.
Rise of the Doulahan.
yes,
That actually sounds like fun.
yes.
No, if you want a fun
Ooh,
one, you
ooh.
could have it be more of a corruption thing where you have the the local fairy queen of this forest has been getting into dark magic and
It's causing
it's trying
problems.
to expand and so it's trying to expand her power through dark magic.
And she could have summoned some beast or some Doulahan or some kind of unseen fae.
It's getting out of hand.
And the iron, and not have all your fairies. Well, you have your fairies not like iron. Let's go with that. And so now, though, they will need it because that's what can defeat these unseelie fae. So they need to get somebody, and this could be interesting because where you have her going after this executive and going, ooh, he would be a good choice. And then, you said, like you said, passive aggressive because she's going to go, no, I chose you. You're going to do this, whether he thinks so or not. You could also have other fairies trying to get other people.
Yeah.
there's nothing that says that there only has to be the
Mhm.
one fairy trying to do this.
Just as a side note, you could have it instead of being iron. A lot of unseelie dark fairies can't handle sunlight, so you could have something like ultraviolet lights or something like that that they're looking for, so that they can, attack these
Yeah,
these creatures at night.
That
But
could be interesting.
they wouldn't really have ultraviolet lights.
yeah, they wouldn't
so-
have a way to bring the sunlight into the
Okay,
daytime,
so-
but humans could manufacture that sort of thing. But I'm fine with the iron. I just thought
Either way.
that's an option.
Okay,
An
so
alternative option.
so they want either the
Yeah.
ultraviolet lights or the iron from the humans, and they want the humans to come and help them defeat the
Yeah.
the
And meanwhile, she also has a crush on him, so she wants him to fall in love with him because she wants him to be the hero and get the girl.
That's right, because that's what's supposed
Get
to
the
happen.
pretty girl. That's how it works.
Well,
The fact that he has a girlfriend is a minor
Is
inconvenience.
this fairy going to be one of the heroes or kind of a pseudo villain?
It's a fairy. You could go. You don't
Okay, so
necessarily
pseudo
have
villain
to
then.
pick one or the other.
It depends on how you want to play this. If you want to get the guy and the fairy, depending on how likable you make your fairy, if you want,
Because the way you guys have been talking about it, I hate this fairy right now.
No,
This is a very unlikable fairy.
I was gonna say, if you want to make her likable, then you can make her likable. She
Yeah.
can be passive aggressive some and still be likable.
Yeah, I
Because-
want this fairy to be likable personally because she's supposed to be passive aggressive, not aggressive. This isn't a I'm going to mess up your life if you don't help me. This is a I didn't want your
Mess
help
up your life
anyway.
if you don't help me.
And
I'm
this
just
is
gonna-
something where
No, she was just messing up his life
Okay,
anyway.
if you want to get the fairy and the guy together at the end, then the girlfriend has to really be not right for him. There has to be something you don't like about the girlfriend from the beginning.
Mhm.
If you want him to, the fairy to be just more mischievous and playful and whatever, then you keep him together with his girlfriend and, at the end. But then the girlfriend needs to play a major role.
Yeah.
Because if she's just going to be the side girlfriend and okay, we started this way and then we, at the end proposed, unless she plays a major role, there isn't much accomplishment in that.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Having the girlfriend come get involved voluntarily or involuntarily could be fun.
But I'd probably go with the you don't really like the girlfriend and like the fairy.
Well, if the reason he went into the woods in the first place was because his family was bothering him going, when are you going to propose to this girl? And he didn't want to talk about it. That does imply that something's going on between him and his girlfriend. It doesn't necessarily have to be bad. It could be something they work through in the story, or it could be something where you go, yeah, this isn't meant to
so
be.
we have a setting.
Yep.
Our world with fairies.
Yep.
We have a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The evil
Summoned
one
monsters
who's
and
summoning the monster, the unseen
yeah.
fae. We have a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Our businessman. We have our love interest.
We have a plot.
We have
Yeah, I
a
think we
plot.
got-
So I think we basically got an idea. Obviously, lots still to flesh out, but I think we
Yeah.
got a basic idea.
Mhm.
Okay.
How would you like to see it? Do you
Yeah.
want to see this guy
Who
get
would
together
wanna
with the
write-
girlfriend or with the fairy?
Who would want to write this? I have a feeling this is more you and me than either of them.
Yeah, not really my style.
Yeah.
That's okay. I would have
you
fun
and
with
me.
this.
Yeah, I could really
He
see
might be
you
able to
writing
help
this.
you out when the unseelie Doulahan comes in order to try to make that scene feel like I am about to walk in front of the embodiment of death itself. But that's about what I do.
Yeah.
The one I could really see this is they have a sister named Julia, and she is an expert in like Norse mythology and a lot of Fae lore and
yeah.
things like this.
She would have
Now,
fun with
if
that
she
too.
wrote this, it would be dark. Because she would get into
Possibly.
probably a lot of the dark lore into it. But that would be a way to go with it. So there's
Yeah.
lots of ways you can go. And we'd love to hear what you would do with it. And don't forget to put prompts
Give us
for a hat.
ideas. We love ideas from
Yes.
our readers.
All right. We'll see you
From our
next time.
watchers.